The man was originally a billionaire worth hundreds of billions of dollars, yet he deliberately hid his true identity. Every day, he dressed himself like a janitor, sweeping the streets out in public. And the reason he did all this was simply to grow closer to his adopted daughter, because the man's adopted daughter was a child he picked up from the streets. At that time, the girl had just been abandoned by her biological father. She was covered in worn-out, tattered clothes. Worried the girl might feel inferior because of his status, the man told the girl that he was just a poor street cleaner. From that day on, the man raised his adopted daughter as if she were his own, until, under his care, she was accepted into her dream university. Meanwhile, the man's 3 biological daughters had also become elites in their respective fields through their own efforts. The eldest daughter became a genius dominating the business world. The second daughter became an imperial general commanding the army. The youngest daughter became a world-renowned antique appraiser. Seeing their father put on his work uniform again, preparing to leave, the 3 daughters hurried forward to stop him. They said the adopted daughter had already been admitted to college, and there was no need for him to keep pretending anymore. But the man did not listen to his daughters. He said today was his adopted daughter's high school graduation ceremony, and he still planned to ride his bike to pick her up from school. He insisted that after the graduation ceremony, he would tell her everything. After saying that, he took out a family heirloom jade pendant, deciding to hand the entire conglomerate over to his adopted daughter. Seeing this, the 3 daughters raised no objections. They were only worried the adopted daughter might disappoint him, but thinking about their father's deep feelings for her, they could only give up trying to stop him. So they let the man ride away on his bike, unaware that at this very moment, the adopted daughter was with her biological father, Jack. Over the past 18 years, Jack had never once visited the girl, leaving her to grow up as a poor orphan. Now, because the building materials company he started had achieved some success, he went to the girl's school and tried to persuade her to go home with him. But the girl knew very clearly that her biological father was a greedy businessman. If there were no benefits for him, Jack would never have come looking for her, and the girl's suspicion was correct. After the girl's biological mother passed away, Jack remarried another woman. Thinking they could have a son, they abandoned the girl. But what Jack didn't expect was that he was diagnosed with low sperm count and could never have children again. To find a suitable heir for his company, Jack had no choice but to beg the girl to return home with him. Just as Jack was taking the girl home, he unexpectedly ran into the man who was heading to school to pick up his daughter. Seeing the man dressed as a janitor, Jack couldn't help but step forward and mock him, saying he was nothing but a street sweeper and completely unworthy of being the girl's father. After hearing this, the girl hurried to explain to the man. She said Jack had come to school and taken her away. She was worried her classmates might misunderstand, so she had no choice but to leave with Jack. She then stated clearly that in her entire life, she had only one father, the man who raised her. But Jack refused to give up. Looking at the man's poor appearance, Jack immediately took out a bank card, saying there was $1 million deposited inside, telling the man to take the money and leave his daughter. Seeing the man take the bank card, Jack instantly showed a smug expression. But the very next second, the man snapped the card in half and threw it to the ground. However, his action made Jack believe that the man refusing the money was because he wanted to wait until the girl got married and take the bride price from her future husband. After hearing this, the man showed a look of disdain, saying that this amount of money wasn't even enough to make him leave, but his words enraged Jack. He immediately wanted to teach the man a lesson. Fortunately, the adopted daughter stepped in just in time, preventing the man from getting hurt. The girl wanted to take the man home with her, but Jack stopped her. To make the girl agree to go home with him, Jack immediately said he would take her shopping for gifts, claiming it was his way of compensating her. Seeing Jack's seemingly sincere attitude, the man couldn't help but advise the girl, saying that Jack was, after all, her biological father, and their relationship shouldn't be too tense. After hearing her adoptive father's words, the girl immediately said she wanted to take the man along. Jack agreed right away. To show the difference between himself and the man, Jack deliberately took them to a high-end jewelry store. He even tried to enter the area of the store that wasn't open to the public, the VIP custom design section, claiming that no matter which piece the girl liked, he could buy it for her. But the next second, he was stopped by the store staff outside. Worried he might be mocked by the man, Jack hurriedly told the staff that he had business dealings with the billionaire, saying that if they didn't let him in, he would have the billionaire fire them. At that moment, the staff also saw the billionaire standing behind Jack. Seeing the clothes the man was wearing, they knew he didn't want his identity revealed. After receiving a signal from the man, the staff had no choice but to let Jack in. However, their actions made Jack believe it was his own status that had intimidated the staff, so he smugly told the girl, with his current status, even the most high-end places were open to her. Seeing the girl take a liking to an antique gemstone worth $8 million, Jack immediately immediately said he would buy it for her. Then he kept mocking the man, saying that even if he worked his entire life, he'd never be able to afford a single gemstone. But the man didn't want to continue arguing with him. He simply took his adopted daughter to the raw stone section and picked a raw stone worth $10,000, asking the staff to cut it open. Seeing this, Jack couldn't help but mock him again, saying he was just an ordinary man with no ability to gamble on stones at all. Before his words even finished, the raw stone in the staff's hands was split open. Seeing the amethyst inside worth tens of millions of dollars, everyone instantly widened their eyes in shock.